What's going on, everybody? And I want to welcome you back to another Technic Tuesday. Today we are going to be talking about that one essential thing that I believe, and I know there's other fishermen that believe the same thing, but I believe that every bank fisherman, and some that are on boats as well, should have in their arsenal. And I think I found one that is the perfect price for you. So stay tuned and check it out. Alright, so guys, I want to start off by saying that this is not a paid advertisement and this is not a paid promotion. I am actually just doing this review because I really like this product and I think that it would benefit a lot of you as well. So I was in Walmart, of course, looking for some soft plastics. You know, sometimes you can catch a deal on some soft plastics in Walmart, especially some KastKing KVDs. And I'm not big on zooms, but everybody that's big on zooms, you know that is the place to go to get those. So anyways, I was in Walmart, I was in the fishing section, and you know, in most Walmarts, beside the fishing section is the outdoor section. Well, while I was walking to go to the cash register, I realized the book bags that they had. Now, of course, for most fishermen that fish on the bank and everything like that, you either use a bag, a tackle bag, or a tackle box, or you use a book bag. I believe that book bags are more popular nowadays because for bass fishermen, of course, we like to move from place to place. So a lot of us don't want to have to pick up a big old handbag or a big old tackle box just to move from place to place. So I was walking by and something caught my eye. And I saw the price. I'm one of those people, I look at the prices. And as soon as I see something, I have to see the price on it because that's going to tell me if I want to continue to look at it or not. Because, of course, I'm like most everybody else. You know, I am not financially rich. So I saw the price and it was $24.99. $24.99. I was thinking to myself, man, that is not a bad deal at all. So I'm gonna show you what that was. This, my friends, is what I got from Walmart. This is the Outdoor Products Quest Daypack. Of course, I didn't know that's what it was when I picked it up. Honestly, I looked at it and I liked the style of it. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of orange, and honestly, I don't know how I missed it, but I didn't see these orange clips or these orange zippers until after I brought it home. But you know, I was looking at it, I was like, that's a pretty neat book bag. So once I got it home, it's like I ended up picking up gold or something because it's not advertised as a tackle book bag. It is advertised as just an outdoor book bag, but it works perfectly for tackle, and I'm going to go ahead and show y'all. Now, of course, this is going to turn into a kind of what's in my bag type ordeal, but we want to focus on what this bag can deliver for you. So, right off the start, if you notice on the front, it has these little pockets. All of these little ripples around it. I don't know if it's straps or whatever, they're sewed onto the thing, whatever. You can stick just about anything in these. I just have a screwdriver sitting there for an example so you guys can see it, but you can stick those just about anywhere. And I know a lot of us carry pocket knives and stuff like that, so you can stick anything on those little loops. But this is what got me, okay? So starting off, if you notice, there are these bungee type cords that's on the front of this book bag. I didn't realize it at first, of course, when I bought it, because I kind of bought it because I saw the price and I was like, that's a nice book bag. But once I got it home, I was happy to see this. But you can actually put a rod in here. And the cooler thing about it is once you put that rod in, you can secure that rod down and you can carry 2 rods on this book bag while you're walking around. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing. Now, of course, it's probably not meant for that, but it's still cool. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and look at this book bag pocket for pocket. So starting off with the first pocket, it's hard to really see. Honestly, it took me a while to realize it because the zipper right here is kind of hidden. But if you pull that down, this is actually where I keep all of my soft plastics, and they fit in here perfectly. And guys, I have a lot of soft plastics. I mean, oh, that's it. I mean, I have a lot of soft plastics in this book bag, and there's going to be more. And that was barely taking up any space at all. So that is a plus. To be able to have all your soft plastics in one place, and I like to keep them in a bag. I know there's a lot of people that will take them out and put them inside a tackle box, but I'm really big on keeping it in the bag because I'm one of those people that believe that it keeps the freshness to the worms, which allows you to have a better hookup ratio. So I know it's probably not true, but hey, whatever. I'm superstitious. So here you go. First pocket, you're able to keep soft plastics in. Now, the second pocket, we're going to move to the side, of course. You see, this is a huge water bottle pocket. You can fit at least 2 water bottles in here, and even a canteen, I would say. Not a huge canteen, but you can fit a pretty nice sized canteen in here. On the sides of these, of course, we have more of those loops where you can put little smaller accessories, poles, small hiking sticks, I guess you can say. But also you have a strap that's on the side. Now, I don't necessarily know what the strap is for. Maybe it's to hold something in place once you have it in this pocket. But I have actually used this to hold my GoPro box whenever I'm walking because this book bag is so comfortable, but we will talk about that in a few seconds. But anyways, I use this to hold other bags as well. So moving on to the other side of this book bag. Now, it threw me for a loop when I first saw it because, of course, I was like, why is this little pocket at the bottom? Well, once you open it, it's like just a little side storage pocket. Right here is where I keep my lights, headlamp, and my regular flashlight. So I don't need a huge pocket for those. The type of person that I am, and I know there's a lot of fishermen that are like this, we need our things in a specific place. It's not necessarily being obsessive, but it's a lot easier once you're out there on the water. So these things I really want in their own separate pocket away from everything else, because whenever it comes time to need a flashlight, I know exactly where I need to grab it from, other than having to run into my pliers and everything else. And this little pocket right here is perfect for that. So we're going to move forward to the first big opening on this book bag, the first big pocket. Now, as you see, when I unzip this first pocket right here, I'm going to undo these, and you don't have to undo the straps, but I'm going to do it just so you can see how far this comes down. You have all of this room in this book bag. Now, of course, ignore all of the stuff that I have in here. You don't have to make yours this way, but it's just for an example. So I'm able to keep my bug spray / sunscreen. Of course, the strap doesn't go down for my bug spray / sunscreen, but that's not a big deal. You know, it's a pocket, it works, so it is what it is. Also, deep down in here, just real quick, I bought this stuff because it was on sale. I don't know if a lot of you use this P-line fluorocarbon, but I don't like this stuff. I don't know what it is, but I put it on a spinning rod, and I know I put it on the correct way, and it just keeps popping off. So I'm gonna try it on one of my bait casters, but I don't know if this stuff is gonna work out. So that's another review, whatever. But as you can see, that's one thing of line. Another thing of line, I use this Vanquish for my leader line, and down in here I also have some emergency rope. You never know what can really happen. You might need some rope. And I also have my emergency flag that I can put in the water just in case, you know, something were to happen. And this pocket is pretty deep, so those things fit down in there perfectly. You can barely tell that they are there. And of course, you are the only person with your bag that will know that they are there. Right here, you have 2 pockets. And I mean, from my experience from fishing, I usually only need some pliers, and I also need some cutters. Now, I use these certain type of cutters because I have braided line on a lot of my setups, and of course, although I have a leader line on those setups, it's really hard to cut braided line with pliers or fingernail clippers. So I bring these along. Those fit in there perfectly. As you can see here in my pliers, don't make fun of me. I know these are not fish pliers, but they work just fine. Thank you very much. So yeah, these sit here perfectly in this little slot, and right here is like a little bag area, a little mesh area. I keep my pocket knife and my clippers. So I can put more stuff in there, of course, but for the organization of my bag, I think that works out perfect for me. So right here, you also have a little leash. I don't have anything that I would necessarily want to leash to the book bag. Maybe if I have a wet dry foam sack or something, I would put it on here, but I'll actually show you where I put my phone in this book bag later on. So hey, it's there if you need it. For a $25 bag, I believe that we are already surpassing what we would think would come with a $25 bag anyways. So right here in the front is another huge mesh pocket. I use this for more safety stuff. I have my dye, my whistle, of course. I have some hand sanitizer for if you get a cut or anything while you're out there with a hook. You can put some sanitizer on until you get back to where you need to be or get medical attention. I also have some glow sticks for, just in case my flashlight were to go out or anything like that. I have some backup glow sticks, just in case. You never really know, and it's also for safety reasons. So there you go. Now, and that was the front part of this bag where I brought my fishing line and the rope out, but there's actually another pocket in the very back, and this is where I keep my gloves. Now, I don't have anything else that I keep in here, but it is pretty deep, and you can easily put something else in there if you wish, but all I need to put in there for me is my gloves. So we're gonna go ahead and put this back because I don't want to have to clean up and fix everything back the way it's supposed to be after this video. So we're going to go ahead and put that back, zip it up. Oops, wrong zipper. Alright, and now we're going to move on to the biggest compartment on this book bag. And the biggest compartment is where, of course, you want to keep your tackle as well as your hooks and everything else. So the biggest compartment on here, it can hold 4. The reason I know is because I have 4 of these boxes, but once I realized how much other room this book bag had, I was able to take a lot of the things out, like for instance my pliers and everything. I used to have that inside of a tackle box, but I was able to take that out and utilize this area and kind of make it smaller. So in here I have, this is like just your regular size tackle box. I can't remember the exact name for what these are called, but if you can remember, just put it in the comment section below for everybody else. It's a certain name for these tackle boxes, but this is the regular size, and I have 2 of these in here. Now, my little brother-in-law that you've seen in some of my videos, he has a smaller bag and he can fit 3 in his. So like I said, you can fit 4 of these in here very easily. I just carry, my top water, crankbaits, spinnerbaits, all of that in here because I don't have a huge selection of those, because I'm big on soft plastics, and of course I also keep my hooks and my weights and everything in this other bag. And right here I keep my hooks that I use for live lining and for bluegill and everything like that every once in a while on this little hook keeper, which is also pretty interesting, but it's old. I haven't seen one in a long time. I don't know if they still sell them, quite frankly. It works very nicely, but I can't really recommend it because at first it seemed very nice, but the fact that it doesn't open up or anything of that nature, it just kind of is a waste, I guess you can say. So, but anyways, that's the hook holder. So as you can see, I got another hook down in there. It's a perfect example of what I was talking about. But anyways, so inside of this book bag, in the very back, is an area of which in most other book bags it would hold like a laptop or something like that, but this area is not actually meant for that. At least I don't believe it is. This is actually meant for one of those water pouches that you can buy separately. Those things that have the tube connected to it, I'll show you a picture right here. But you can put a water sack in here, and up here at the top where the handle is, if you pop this Velcro up. You can do either side, by the way, but we'll do this side just to show you. There's a hole that you can feed that through. Now, of course, if you don't have a water pack, maybe you have a phone or some headphones for the outdoor people. Maybe you got this book bag on while you're biking or something. Anything, you can run a cord through there, and if it starts to rain, you have the Velcro that's around it that kind of protects that cord in a way. And it's the same thing for the water pack. You won't have anything crawling into your book bag while you have that cord coming out. So that's also a neat little feature. Now, lastly, is this little part right here. And it's at the very top of the book bag. It's not deep, it's not huge, but what I use this for is for my keys, for whenever I'm walking around and I put my phone in here. That is very essential for anybody that's fishing on the bank. I'm pretty sure mostly everybody has a story of which they went all the way to the car and realized that they left their keys on the ground, or there was something that you had in your pocket that you put on the ground that you left. That is a very nice area to have on a book bag, to put your belongings in. So we're gonna put these back in here. I'm gonna show you how quickly that can be done. I mean, this thing is stout, just like that. And everything folds all the way down, which is very nice too, because you don't want to be out there barely being able to have access to your stuff and you're tugging on anything. These pockets open up very well. So now on to the last part of this book bag. I don't know what this is made of. I'm pretty sure it's in their description, but this stuff is very comfortable. I used to use an old baseball bag, which had, about the equal amount of compartments, but they were smaller, and it hurt my back. I can stand with this thing, I would say, for at least 2 hours, because I did it the other day with it on my back, and I didn't realize it actually. That's how comfortable it is, but I can stand with this thing for about 2 hours and it not hurt my back. And I guess the biggest thing is not just the padding, even though the padding is also on this part, but it's this strap right here that straps around your chest, and it keeps your shoulders as well as the straps in place, so you're not necessarily playing with your book bag, pulling it up and doing all this other mess. You can sit, you can literally walk around, hike, do whatever you want to do with this book bag and keep it in place, and it stays comfortable on you, which is a very big deal for a $25 book bag. I mean, you really can't get away. You can't appreciate that enough coming from a company like Outdoor that's really making very quality products for a pretty good price. Right here you have these little areas right here where you can put different attachments on. There's another little area on the strap where the back of the strap, more of the flex material, so you can fit something down in there. One thing that I thought would be interesting, you can put a GoPro arm and have your GoPro on the front of your chest perfectly while you're walking. So of course it has stabilization on the camera, so that wouldn't be a big deal. But other than that, that is everything for this bag. If you guys are interested in this outdoor bag, the link in the description will take you to where to buy it, which is at Walmart. I didn't see any other places where this bag was any cheaper, but for 25 bucks, having this many compartments, having this much flexibility, and being comfortable while you're fishing, you really can't beat that price. And I really commend this company, this outdoors company, on the product that they created. And if you guys want to, by all means, give me a sponsorship or anything, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'll be more than happy to try out more of your products. But yeah, I can't say anything bad about this. I think if we were to rank this on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say that this is definitely a 9. I can't give it a 10 because they didn't have many color options. But then again, I could be wrong. I bought it in store, so if I see that there are other color options, then of course this thing deserves a 10 in my book. So I know that for Technique Tuesday, usually we would talk about different ways of fishing, but I believe for Technique Tuesday it would be a nice thing to occasionally do unboxings and kind of talk about things that I have gotten that kind of helps me while I'm fishing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, I have a giveaway going on right now, and I really appreciate everyone that has entered so far. I do need to make it known that a lot of you are entering the wrong way. I have a link which will be added in the description of this video as well that you need to follow. When you go to that link, you need to follow the instructions on that link as well as leave your email. The link will actually have a place for you to leave your email. If you do that correctly, I will be able to track everyone the correct way. Unfortunately, I'm not able to track all of you the way that I need to because you're not putting the things in correctly. So make sure you can go in and submit another one, and if you can't, just send me a DM in my Instagram, and I will try to fix that for you so that you can go back in and submit again. But this contest, I decided, was going to be over on Saturday. So we're going to go all week. We're going to go Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of you guys signing up. And it is a $25 Tackle Warehouse gift card. Now, of course, I know that is not a lot. But like I said before, I mean, this bag costs $25. And to me, I'm not financially rich. I am where the majority of other people are right now. I am making money and living life comfortably. I am not rich. So $25 given back to you all for 500, it's actually now 600 subscribers, is the most that I could do. If I could do more, I would. So I really appreciate you guys following me on Instagram. By all means, please make sure that if you follow me on Instagram, watch my channel, because if you're interested in the pictures that I'm posting up and the things I'm putting on Instagram, you're more than likely going to be interested in the videos that I'm creating as well. I do this purely for a hobby because I love to fish. This is not by any means a way to make money. This is me sharing my experiences with you guys. So once again, I want to thank you all. Don't forget to enter if you have not entered. And if you like this book bag right here, the link will be in the description. And if you can contact Outdoors and let them know that I did a review, I would appreciate that too. I'm going to contact them too. But that concludes everything that I wanted to say about this book bag. This very nice book bag. So anyways, guys, as usual, make sure you take someone fishing that has not gone fishing. And when you take them fishing, make sure you have fun fishing. Remember that you don't catch something all the time. I learned that in my last video. But the greatest thing about fishing is when you stay hooked. And I want all of you to stay hooked, my friends.